So,
My name's Joe Delapino. A lot of people know me around here as Dibs for some reason. It's a nickname I got when I was like 14 years old. The reason why I got that nickname was when I was a kid, I used to go to this club called Swayze's in Marietta all the time. And I was the only young punk kid that had the balls enough to go up to all the skinheads and steal their beer and like give it to people. So they said, oh, Dibs has first dibs. He's a drunk Italian bastard, so it only kind of worked together like
right
that.
on. So, do you know Danny from Neon Christ, right?
Yeah,
Do
dude.
you know any of the other guys?
Not really. Neon Christ is way before my time, dude.
You ever listen to their music?
Yeah, man. I met Danny, a show we played back in summer of 2006. We played a show and he liked us a lot. And his wife, I forget her name. I think Shelly. Yeah, she's fucking nice lady. But like, yeah, they saw us up there and fucking liked us because like the thing about the old hounds is that we used to get drunk as hell every set and like seriously raise all complete hell. Like I remember that night when we played a show, we threw a TV at the crowd and like broken glasses everywhere and people were bleeding and cops showing up and all sorts of hell breaking loose.
I think Danny got involved with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, actually. And he also came to our show when we played with Cheap Sex. And I forgot what song it was. I think it was a Motorhead song. I think we covered the Ace of Spades or something like that. And Danny sang with us. And I picked him up and threw him in the crowd and like all hell broke loose and stuff as usual. Well, the thing was, man, I grew up in New York City and my mom used to go to CB's all the time. And I moved to Atlanta from Jackson Heights, Queens, New York, in Astoria. And it was a complete change. And I listened to a couple of punk albums. Like at the time, dude, I was really into like alternative 90s bands, but also was really into like the Pistols and the Ramones and shit. And a friend of mine I lived with, his name was Brandon. His next door neighbor at the time in the trailer park he lived in was the original guitar player for Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids. And you know, his mom was like a Christian fundamentalist bitch, and we have to be careful and like listen to Black Sabbath and Pistol songs and stuff. Well, he comes up to us, he goes, "You guys want to go to a concert tonight?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." Long story short, we ended up going up to the Neutron Bomb off Decatur Street in downtown Atlanta, and I saw the Bloody Sods, and I think Stool Sample played that night. I think I was like in 7th grade, I think. And ever since then, dude, like it just kept going.
Okay.
So I'm 20 years old now, dude, and like it just keeps going, and I really don't see a change ever.
What are your favorite bands?
My favorite bands it changes weekly, dude. It really depends. Like, I don't care what anybody really says, dude. I love Screwdriver. I love old Screwdriver from 77 to 83, like that transitional period before he went all like white power and all that bullshit. Like, Skinhead's not all about that. But, dude, there's so many bands, I don't even know where to start. Like, I love Blood for Blood, the Templars, Agnostic Front. I mean, shit, when I was fucking 14 years old, man, I was like hardcore into like Discharge and shit like that. Like, if you ask me about most punk rock bands, dude, I have a mile history of knowing about them. Like, I've been to so many shows and shit, dude, that I don't remember most of them because I was drunk or whatever. And I just go to punk rock shows and I realize something from a young age, like support your local scene. And that's what it's all about. Like, I know it's being documented. Like, the first 2 bands I played tonight totally sucked. Like, it sounded like shit. They really did. But, like, the fact that they're up there and doing it, I respect that. And even though I don't like the guys that much or their band that much, I still will support their band because that's what punk rock's all about. And at least they're out doing it.
What else do you do besides music?
I work. I work all the time. I'm actually an exterminator.
What do you know about Neon Christ?
What do I know about Neon Christ? Neon Christ is a fucking old school hardcore punk band that put Atlanta on the map before even the anti-heroes. The kids are more mellow out here, but like where I live and shit, dude, like we've gotten into fights with gang members and hit them with goddamn slapjacks and baseball bats and shit like that. But like those kids, those what I sing about. Those are songs that life experiences that I've had. Like my mother's an alcoholic and shit like that, which is ironically because I'm drunk right now, but I'm not like this all the time. But that's just the way it is. But probably the kids out in the suburbs, dude, you don't know shit, dude. You don't know anything about their parents' past. You don't know a goddamn thing, dude. It might look like, you know, like the average good old American family, but the kids out in the suburbs, their families might be way more hardcore than people in the inner city. You wouldn't even know. And that's why I think they fucking rebel.
I gotta hear this.
I think